Footprints in the mud leap beneath the trees, eyes in the darkness, shadows of the leaves, murmurs of the night, whispers in the wind, silent thumping heartbeat, let the hunt begin. Fog rolls like a ghost across the forest floor, branches creak and groan, ancient folklore. Flashlight beams are dim, the moon our only guide, searching for the wild where the legend hides. In the moonlight's glow, where the shadows creep, hush now, hold your breath, where the Sasquatch sleep, bass lines echo low in the forest deep. Truth or just a tale, secrets would still keep.
In the shadow of the pine trees, the legend comes alive. Footprints in the mud where the wild things thrive. A howling in the moonlight sends shivers down your spine, your spine. In these woods the cryptids walk, where myth and truth entwine. Sasquatch by the river, his eyes like glowing coals. Giant in the forest, the guardian of lost souls. Dogmen down in Texas with furs black as night, roams the fields and bayous, staying just outside. Oh, out here in the country where the stories grow so tall, we share these tales of wonder around the firelight's call. From the swamps to the highlands where the mysteries run deep, the cryptid legends wander in our hearts, they'll always keep. In the heart of the wood, where the pine trees stand tall, lies a tale of the unknown, shrouded in mystery for all. Sasquatch roams the shadows, big feet and fur so wild, with eyes like glowing embers, unsettling and beguiled. Sasquatch and Dogman under the moon's silver light, they come alive in the quiet of night. Echoes of howls, footsteps so grand, secrets of the forest, known by few in this land. Dogman prowls the meadow with a snarl and a growl, pointed ears and fangs sharp, haunting the scowl. Tracks by the creekside where the waters run deep, tales told by campfires that stir souls from sleep. Whispers in the woods where shadows play. Legends come alive at the break of day. Footsteps echo loud, but no one's there. Bigfoot's lurking in the midnight air. Dark house beneath the moonlit gloom. Eyes that shine like fire in a room of doom. Poltergeist dancing, moving through the halls. Ancient secrets breaking through the walls. O.C.S.T is more than a name. Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in a silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fright. cryptids in your mind. Let your wonder grow. The hidden world is ours to know. From the forest deep to the attic's dust. Oh, O.C.S.T, we're learning to trust. Tracks in the snow where the brave won't tread. Hidden voices calling from the things we've read. The unknown things with a haunting sound, empowering us as the tales go around. O.C.S.T, it's more than a name. BIGFOOT and STUFF, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in the silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fight. O.C.S.T, it's more than a name. BIGFOOT and STUFF, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in the silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fight. Fueled by the fight.
All right, here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to O.C.S.T.
BIGFOOT and STUFF.
I'm your host, Harold, and this is
Oh, me.
Christy. How's everybody doing?
Sweaty and hot.
Yeah, we're starting a new
Here, I'm gonna bring this down.
streaming service, so took me a while to set it all up.
Can everyone hear us okay?
Yeah, can you hear us? Let us know in the chat. Okay, good.
Awesome.
I hope y'all like that we have the chat up on the screen. I know it probably makes it a little bit easier for some of y'all to read the chat. Let's see. Gotta go to the top of the chat and start doing the roll call. Of course, we have Christy, CRJ Designs.
And then,
Hey, Kat.
hey,
Good to
Kat.
see you. Grace.
Hello, Grace.
Good
How's
to
it
see
going?
you. Tim Wrestler.
What's up, buddy? Oh,
Good to
goodness,
see you.
I'm sweating so bad.
The other cat.
Katrina, my
Katrina.
beautiful daughter.
Good to see you. Let's see. If y'all don't notice in the chat, there is a YouTube chat, and there's also Twitch because we're streaming also live on Twitch.
So hello to the Twitch people if they're out there listening.
Hello, everybody. Connor, great to
CJ,
see you.
what's up, buddy?
Alex, great to see you.
Hello, Alex.
Chiro Sounds,
Hi, Jane.
Hey, Jane.
Good to see you.
good to see you. Let's see. PC, great to see you.
Hello, PC. Did we say Grace? I know I saw
Yeah,
Grace.
yeah, we
Grace
said hey to
in there.
Grace.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Hi again, Grace. Let's see. Sharon Guy, great to see you.
Hello, Sharon. Hopefully your internet works
Yeah, hopefully.
until everything.
Let's see. Who else?
Everybody's saying hi to everybody.
Belinda.
Hey, Belinda.
Great to see you, Belinda. Let's see. Amy.
Hello,
Hi, Amy. Great to see you.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see.
I don't know what the weather's doing in y'all's neck of the woods, but let me tell you, this Okie does not like humidity.
It's hot. Margie, great to see you.
Hello, Margie.
Let's see.
Jim. Hey, Jim. How's it going?
Jim's camera at dawn. Hey, Jim.
Yeah, we're early because Harold wanted to try a little something different tonight. So yell at him.
I'll get the timing down better next week. Because of all the stuff I added beforehand, so that we'd actually have a little bit of time to prepare for the show.
Oh, that fan's not even. Hang on, babes. I have to move that fan.
Okay. And we're doing the free streaming service for now. So it's a little bit limited on what I can put up as far as videos. So when we start doing the paid version, which I really plan on doing so because I like this streaming service so far. I think it's a little bit better than the other one we had. And it's cheaper.
Yeah, we have to win the lottery.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It would be nice.
It would be awesome, but
Let's see. Anybody else new?
Working right now.
Nope.
It's been hot there, Jim, in North Carolina.
Let's see. I gotta
it's
check the.
Oh my goodness, it's
Twitch.
been a day. First off, I didn't go to work today. I played hooky. Not really.
Yeah.
My mom's cousin husband passed away unexpectedly in his sleep, and his funeral was today. And I took the time off to go, obviously, but I didn't go because I didn't want to go alone. So if you want to say prayers for my cousin Gayla and her family, that would be amazing. But it's just so blasted hot.
Yeah.
And I felt good this morning. I woke up when my alarm went off, and then after that, I feel like crap. I didn't feel good last night when I went to bed, so I don't know. I think it's the heat.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go alone, so there's that. And thank you guys. It was my mom's side of the family, obviously. My aunt and uncle, my aunt Glenda and Uncle Wayne were there, and my Aunt Jane was there. So my mom's siblings were there. I should have went, but I didn't want to go alone. So, hi Tonya, how are you, hon?
Great to see you.
So
glad you could make it.
That's what's going downtown in our neighborhood. Other than we have a guest, don't we? Is he going to make his debut?
Is he going to make his debut?
Is he going to make his debut tonight?
Yeah. Yeah. So, we'd like all to meet.
The newest
member of the family.
The most cutest member of the family. Hang on. Sassy hush. Okay, ready?
Oop.
This is Sky. The newest member of the Milam family.
Hey, Sky.
Look at that shirt. So, he is puppy handful.
Yeah, he's a cutie, but he's gonna grow up.
This is my baby. Well, I think everybody else has tried knowing into him already because he's so cute.
Yeah, he's a mama's boy. He likes to follow his mama around.
Unless he's getting in trouble, and then he likes to run from his mom.
Hmm. Doesn't every child?
But this is the newest watchdog.
Yep.
Are you a Squatch dog?
Let's see. I gotta click off of that.
Hey.
we go.
Ooh, you okay? I know it's super warm. I'm sorry.
So, those of you that are interested in the Twitch account, there's the link. Keep that up for a minute.
Ooh, you making your noise? I'm sorry.
And it's running simultaneously with our feed right now on here. So, one of these times I will be hosting from there, and then broadcasting it onto here.
Hey, Jess. Is Jess in here? I can't see the
Let's
chat.
see.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah.
This
Hey,
is
Jess.
the newest member. Isn't he cute?
Newest member of the O.C.S.T. family.
Of the crazy. This was me doing something for me the other day.
Yeah. Now I can train him to be a squatch dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what's going through your head, but that's not going to happen.
His name is Sky Lee Milam. Yes, he's adorable, right? And he's not very big. Here, I'll show you. Oops,
No, he's
stand
not
up.
very big.
Stand up. Ugh. Snow Buddy. Don't pee on me.
Yeah, he's, what, 8 weeks old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sky.
Yeah. It's Sky, S-K-Y-E.
Yeah.
Sky Lee, L-E-E.
So yeah, that's the newest member of our crazy lunatic family.
And the other dogs, at least they haven't tried to eat him, so.
Right. They all got to meet him. Hey, Romans.
Hey, Romans. Good to see you.
He is going to get big. Well, I don't know. I don't know much about him. I think his mom was just abandoned or thrown out.
Yeah.
His mom is part Husky, so he's part Husky. I don't know anything about the dad. I got him on Monday after work.
Yep.
So he's been unhumanless, if that means we haven't left him alone. The first night Monday night, we put him in the crate for him to sleep.
That was fun.
He did not like it. I don't think he'd ever been crated at all.
No.
Or kenneled. I don't think he's ever known a kennel in his life.
Yeah. Those of you that want the TikTok link, there it is on the screen. You can follow us on TikTok also.
So it went better last night. I got a little bit more sleep. Harold got a little bit more sleep because he was like, I can't do this. The dog is springer. So, will you go back to the chat so I can see if anybody else is chatting about him?
I'm having to post everything.
I know. Hi, Face the Ace.
Hey, Face the Ace. Good to see you.
So that's about all I know. He's 8 weeks old. I don't know exactly when his birthday is. I asked this morning when his birthday is for sure. So yeah, I'm hoping he'll be mostly white. I mean, he looks kind of creamy, but I'm hoping he will be mostly white.
Yeah.
And we do have plans of getting him snipped and all that good stuff. So, where are you going?
Yeah, if y'all have any questions for us, please post them in the chat with capital letters. That way we know that they are a question. And it'll catch our eye a lot quicker.
And he likes to sleep right by the fan. And I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Especially when it's this hot.
Yeah.
Congrats. Close to 600 subs. Keep going. Make it to 1,000. Yes.
Yeah, we at $5.99 last I saw.
Hi, Blazer. How are you?
Hey, Blazer.
I'm hoping he'll be mostly white when you first walked in the room. He is hilarious. What was the TEIT? Hi, Riley. I don't know. What is
What was
Twitch thing again? She wants the Twitch thing.
Twitch. Again. Okay. I'll put the Twitch thing up. Let's see.
Yeah, thanks, guys. He's a sweetheart. He hasn't really gotten his voice yet. He started talking smack to us the first night we brought him home in the crate. So, or when we put him in the crate, he was like, "I don't want to do this." Did you say you'll be there sometimes? Yeah, Tonya, we're actually streaming live from there right now.
Yeah, we're streaming on YouTube and Twitch as we speak.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just something. I saw him on a Facebook feed, and no, we didn't need another dog right now, but I've always wanted a white husky, and
yeah,
so that's my Sky Boy. And I will be training him. So right now,
yep.
He doesn't really know his name, so I'll be trying him to teach him that, and trying to get him to come to me when I come.
Yeah.
Say come.
Yeah, he's a pup. He's got a lot of learning to do. So far, so good. But
and he's training his mom really good.
Yeah.
Yes, Tonya.
Well, not
I
exactly.
don't know.
I'll be posting when we're multicasting on different streams. Like I'm gonna try to always do YouTube. So like maybe next week I might do Facebook. Then I might do TikTok. Just kind of mixing those around, but I want to always try to do YouTube because this is our home. So
that, and like Ron said, that we're almost at 600. We'd like to hit 1,000. We most definitely would love to hit 1,000. But we're thinking the only way we really can do that is to stream multiple. So,
yeah.
And I think TikTok would be the one that would push us over the 600 mark. That's just me.
Yeah, if y'all haven't been to TikTok, you'll notice our numbers are
followers.
Yeah, there. It's a lot easier to get followers on TikTok.
Okay.
But my numbers are our numbers are way bigger.
Yours, my numbers suck on TikTok. You're locked. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tonya.
Locked out of Facebook. Oh, that sucks.
So yeah, what do you guys think? It's super hot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm not gonna mention this very much, but go ahead and put it on the crawl. Those of you that
link? Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry, on the crawl. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Take the Twitch link down. Yeah, it's on the crawl. You'll notice up in the left-hand corner there's a QR code, and it says donate in red underneath. Those of you that would like to donate to O.C.S.T, you can do it through Cash App. It's
we're not asking. It would just be up
just
to y'all.
Putting it up there.
very blessed if you did, but not mandatory, not asking. Just wanted to let you guys know it's there.
Every penny that's donated goes towards the channel, whether it's to
I thought you were going to say every penny goes to getting the dog neutered. Just kidding. Okay.
no, every penny goes to the channel, and whether it's for gasoline for the vehicle so we can go out and do boots on the ground, which would be very helpful, or paying our monthly fees for the streaming, or anything else that we would happen to need to use for the channel only.
Channel.
So
For the channel.
Appreciate it. So
to say that again.
Just had to put that out there.
Go back to the chat.
Yeah.
That would be great. Hey, country girl, how are you?
Hey, country girl, good to see you. Let's see. I tried to post on there, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to try this. There we go.
There.
Now we can post simultaneously to both streams.
Yeah, that's
So, yeah, I like that.
Hey, Blazer, if you're still in the chat, what's the temperature up there in Montana tonight? It has to be a little bit cooler than it is here.
It's hot.
I'm just curious. Country girl, how you doing?
Now, as far as
Welcome in.
invite goes, let's see how we can do this.
Hopefully there's...
Yeah, it's like this. It's just like so. And okay, anybody wants to come up and join us in the chat or in the studio?
There's the link, and we'll see how this works.
Posted the link on there.
Hey, Jim, try it out. Or Jess.
But yeah, you don't have to show your face.
You can go like this.
Although I haven't figured out how to work it on here yet.
Yeah, I know. Yes, thank you, Sharon, for posting that, hon. You're awesome.
Yeah, you can shut the camera off so you don't have to show your face if you don't want to. And you don't have to.
Melting away. Would you join?
Yeah, you don't have to
I hate cameras.
join Restream in order to click on the link and come in here. You just click on the link. It'll send you to our live stream, and we'll get you backstage and pull you up here to talk. She's in a trailer with a small window. Yeah, we know what that's all about.
Exactly how that goes.
Yep.
68 in Portland. Woo, Emmy, I'll switch you. I think the last time I checked my weather thing on my phone, it was 92, but it felt like 97, and yeah, that's
yeah.
In central Oklahoma right now as we speak.
Yeah.
And then I know a few of us that live in the southern states, Sharon, Nanny Pam.
I mean, you need a heater.
Hey, Country Roads, how you doing? You missed it. I don't know if you were in here a few minutes ago, but we showed our Grace, it's hotter here in Tennessee. I can't imagine. I know Jim said something about it being very warm in North Carolina. So
yeah,
it's like here's, and I don't know some parts of like Yellowstone, they got snow. So yeah, I got snow in Yellowstone. So So that's crazy. That's why I asked Blazer what the temperature up in Montana was.
Tonya says 87 in Northeast Oklahoma.
You're on Twitch? Awesome. Yes, we are.
Yep.
Hello. I don't want to butcher. I don't want to butcher your name. Hydrana Donoma. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, forgive us if
I am
we
so
ever
sorry.
mispronounce your name.
Welcome. We are so glad that you're here. Hi.
No heater needed.
Wana. Hyana.
Hyana?
Hyana.
Okay. Nice to meet you,
That
Hyana.
was close. Don't even worry about it. Oh, thank you, hon. I try. That's all I'm gonna say. But welcome. We are so glad that you're here. We're just doing like a open mic kind of night. I introduced our newest member.
Getting used to the layout on this.
Our newest member to the family is our 8-week-old husky mix puppy. His name is Sky.
Yeah. How do y'all like the background?
I'm waiting for a Bigfoot to just.
I like the little orbs that come shooting forward.
And that, and we're talking about the weather. So.
Yep.
Very nice. Congrats on the puppy. Aw, thanks.
Okay. See, we're on Twitch.
Yeah. And Twitch is something new for us, so.
So, hey,
I'm
everybody on
freezing
Twitch.
in
If
this
there's anybody
weather
there.
because I sweat so
yeah.
much doing chores in the morning. The AC in the RV all sweaty. Ugh. Country roads, I'm sorry. Yeah. 59 degrees in the Northwest, Maine. Oh, can we switch places? Please.
Yeah.
Do you have snow? I'm curious now. Do you have snow up in Maine?
That would be kind of cold right now.
I was just asking, how come new members isn't right here in this chat? She's somewhere else.
We're live streaming on Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah.
So, if you see somebody with the
little icon, I don't know.
Everybody with the little icons of YouTube, the little red and white, that's YouTube. That's people that are commenting from YouTube. And then if it's a little purple and white,
yeah,
that's somebody that's watching us on Twitch.
I like your background, Margie said. Well, thank you, Margie.
So yeah, I'm very pleased to see that somebody is actually on Twitch right now, because we just got it running. So actually, like last night I finished it up.
Kat just texted me. Connor's cat said, I had to follow you on Twitch. Country Girl 845 is me.
Okay.
So okay, awesome. Thank you, Kat. I know you're still listening, so that's amazing. Thank you, girl. I have to go on Twitch and follow him too, so I haven't done that yet. There's so much stuff he's been working on, y'all, since last Wednesday. I don't think his ass has left the. I forgot. His butt has left here.
Oh, look at the Bigfoots.
Yes, awesome. Hey, that's so cool. Little Bigfoots.
Oh, they don't show up on here though.
Oh man, they're super cute though. So yeah. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I have been working nonstop on this, trying to get it, because you know it was kind of upsetting last week. The camera punked out on us, but I got that figured out finally.
He actually did a total factory reset on the computer in order to get it to work. So, and let me tell you, I thought he was going to throw it in the garbage. Hello, Alex. While I'm sitting there trying to work.
Anna's right. Twitch is great, but it's good to have a backup in case your YouTube doesn't work like last time. Yeah, exactly. So, going to be switching back and forth
Hello, Smurfy.
between Twitch and TikTok and Facebook. So right now, Twitch won't be an every week thing, but it'll be like maybe bi-weekly.
So if you want to, Hyana, I hope I did that right. Follow us on YouTube so you can get all the latest or newest information, and that would be amazing.
Post the link again.
If you don't, we understand. We're not. It's okay. And
Let's see. Yeah,
but
the YouTube link is right here.
we do a lot of things, and I do a lot of things. And can I get back to chat, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. I should have it on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
'cause I have
thank you.
to-
See, awesome. You're amazing. No snow on the ground between June and August. Up here is humidity, or up here normally.
Mhm.
Normally. That's where I originally suggested switch a few days ago. Yes, you did.
Mhm.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
I remember you. Hey, LIB.
Yeah.
How's it going?
LIB in the house.
What it do?
But yeah, I was actually talking with Connor about Twitch. He was telling me I needed to do a Twitch account, and then Hyana, you also suggested that, so I appreciate that from both y'all.
Yeah, and so that's what we did, or that's what he did.
Yeah, LIB, we're doing pretty good. It's a little hot, but it is everywhere right now, pretty much, except for northeastern.
Up in Maine.
They got natural AC going. Let's see. I'm gonna post that link again.
Ron asked you a question.
Okay, hold on. I'll get to it. So you going live on TikTok, is Twitch same like YouTube, Rumble? It's basically the same. I mean, it's mainly for gamers, but I noticed there's a few people that use it. Like I know Midwest Night Watchers, they have a Twitch account.
Yep.
There's several others, but there's not a whole lot of cryptid channels on it. I mean, there's a lot that are listed as cryptid, but they don't really do cryptid shows or anything like that. It's just what they're listed under. Yeah, like LIB says, Twitch is good. I use it to follow my games. Yeah. Yeah, Connor's on Twitch quite a bit. He follows a lot of people and watches them play their games and stuff. Which I'm actually considering purchasing a certain game that's coming out. It's a Bigfoot game. Playing it on my Xbox and live streaming as I play.
It's on Twitch.
It's Bigfoot related, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to do something like that. Like do it like on the weekends or something.
Which definitely needs cryptid content.
Yeah. LIB says, well, Connor's a legend, so I'd hear him out. Yep.
Yes, Connor the legend. He's actually working right now.
Yeah, he's working. Connor is actually
PS4.
He's using my PS4 play games. I have the Xbox, but I haven't been on it a whole lot lately. But I know LIB says absolutely stream any game. I don't know how to do, or I would. Yeah. Yeah, that's something I have to figure out because I'm not really
Twitch savvy.
Yeah. I'm more the YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok type of person. So He says, my main peeps have all different systems and PCs, so we play cross-platform mostly. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Me, myself, I would play Madden football with my older brother.
Country Road goes, my channel seems to already be shadowed banned, so you might need to visit without notifications.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I don't know why it would be shadow banned. That really sucks. So, anybody wanting to share their plans for the weekend coming up?
I know Jess is still in here.
Yeah.
Jess, are you still in here?
Jess, calling Jess, Arcane Paranormal World.
Hello.
LIB says, I don't get notifications either. I just found you by logging on. Wow.
Wow.
Well, see, that's one reason why I get a little dog for it, but I post and I post and I post all the links.
Are you referring to me?
Mm-hmm. But that's why I keep reposting and reposting the links, and I post them all over Facebook. I would post them all over TikTok if I could, but that's a little difficult. But,
you guys have no idea. I hear the same damn song 50 times a day. It's annoying.
Well, now you can come on here and you can listen to a whole bunch more because the opening sequence.
Better be glad that I love you.
Yeah, I forgot to ask everybody how those of you that heard portions of the music before the show, how did you like them?
Oh.
Oh.
Added has joined. Add to stream. Up there.
Add to the stream.
LIB, can you hear it?
Hey, yep.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I like this. Whatever stream this is a good app.
Yeah, it's a restream.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna. My StreamYard just like I guess I had like a year membership or something, so it's just like gone.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. I know what happened. I got a new. I had to get my card expired. I had to get a new card, and then
Oh yeah.
yeah. So when I saw how much money it was and everything, I was just like, never mind. I'm not doing this right now.
No, we don't. We understand, brother. We understand 100%.
Hey.
Well, I hope you guys got some use out of it because I wasn't really using it.
Yeah. We really appreciate you helping us out.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you know, blessings come in disguise. So we were able to find this streaming service, and I really like it so far.
Yeah, it looks good. I like it.
And this is just the free version. So
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if we.
but the paid version is like half the price of StreamYard.
Oh, that's cool.
Just for the basic.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of how it was back in the day too. You know, when StreamYard came around, like, you know, they had all these deals because they didn't have anybody, you know, because they were competing with whatever Zoom and all that stuff, and then they got bigger, and so you know, for whatever reason, it went up and up and up.
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
We're praying that they don't get so high.
I mean, it is free. You know what I mean? Like they do have a free version still, I think, but it's just
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, but then you're like limited to what?
Yeah.
50 hours.
Yeah, like I was at even on the paid one, I was at a memory space fast, like you know, and then you know I really just was doing live streams and leaving them, you know, but they weren't recording there anymore, so I was just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, like on here, the free version, you get to upload like 3 videos.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's like 3 videos, and then you get what was it? An unlimited amount of songs you can upload. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have all these different captions. You're not limited on anything except for your videos you can upload. So
Let's see if that helps.
but the paid version, it's like you get 10 videos. Yeah,
I don't know.
it's like 10 videos, and then you get to like right now with the free version, I get to multi-stream on 2 different platforms. With the paid version, it's 6.
So
So
if we get the paid version, then we can stream on all of our platforms.
yeah.
So
So right now, the way it is I really like it. So.
Yeah, it looks good. I like this. I just like the way it looks.
Oh yeah. Like let's see. Switch the way this is.
it makes me small. Don't make him small. No. Bring it. No.
Yeah.
Put it back.
This one's the best one.
I don't care. I don't look at me anyway.
So how you been? How's things going? What you been up to?
Nothing. I was actually just gonna roll over and hit bed at least try. But I saw you guys were on. I'm like, let me go see what they're up to. So
Seriously, not much. It's been
Yeah.
so damn hot. We can't do anything.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I've been trying to like exercise and stuff and like just stuff like that. But as far as like going on like deep trail hikes or camping or anything, like normally this time of year I'd be trying to, get in something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
it's been just oddly. I don't know. There was a week where it was really good. It was like it wasn't getting way above 70 in the day, and then like it was dropping down to like 59, 60 at night. And I was dead set on getting out there that week, but
Yeah.
kids and all other sorts of things, things happen, and you gotta put your stuff on the back burner.
Yeah, we understand that.
Hey, Michael Haywood.
I was gonna say, hey, Michael Haywood.
Oh yeah, I probably missed a bunch of people when I came in.
That's when you just do a blanket. Hello.
Yeah, I've been lazy lately. I'm like, hey, big wave.
Yeah, we got 21 people in here right now, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So have you gone back to Ohio lately and seen MT Paranormal or?
No, they came out here. They did come out here though. A month ago maybe.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It had to be a little more than that because the leaves weren't even on the trees yet. But it was like, like they were coming. It was like right on the brink of spring, and so it was good. Yeah, they came for I think 3 maybe 4 days. It was kind of open ended. They said we're coming. I said all right. We made it work. We did what we could, But yeah, they put out a lot of footage on it. I didn't really put a lot out. I just been kind of being more reserved lately about stuff. I just I mean, I don't know. I don't want to sound bad, but like like when you figure things out that are pretty big, like I just don't feel like I necessarily should just be giving it away. Like I don't know if it's for me to like give away. You know what I mean? It's one thing if I'm videoing and things happen or whatever, and like that's what I'm there for. But like when stuff happens to me, like on a personal basis, I don't. Yeah. I kind of get in this toss-up situation where I'm like, I don't know if I should.
I understand.
Hey, John, good to see you. Those of y'all who don't know, John M. That's my older brother.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Bigfoot. I have Bigfoot chapstick.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, that's
Is
cool.
that the Squatch kind? The Squatch.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we saw that at Walmart. But
Yeah.
the shampoo and the body lotion or the body soap and all that stuff. And Harold looks at me and goes, "I really like the smell, but I'm not paying that price for it."
Yeah. Dr. Squatch. The soap is actually it lasts a long time. That brick of soap.
Yeah.
But I hate to I hate to cut corners, but if you have to, like, there's an equivalent that's cheaper. It's called Yeti bars.
Oh yeah.
And like, if you don't mind ordering, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, there's so much. There's identical things. It's just the packaging you're paying for.
The
You know what I mean? There's identical products that do the same
name is
thing.
what you're paying
But
for.
I really did like the smell of the what was it, bourbon something.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, "Would that make me smell like a Sasquatch?" I was like, "I don't know. I've never got close enough to want to know what they smell like."
There's a couple of scents that make you really smell like a Sasquatch.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like burnt trees, some scent, and like.
Yeah, I'm looking at the different ones, and I'm like, what? And then you smell it, and you're like, oh yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know they started making like chapstick and stuff. That's cool.
And it's funny because, yeah, it's so funny because it's a lot bigger than the regular ones. You know, like it's a lot bigger too, so it's funny.
Yeah, Sharon says she ordered Yeti bars.
Yeah, they have different scents. Yeah, they have different scents now. When I first got one, it was like they only had like, but I don't know, whatever, mint or vanilla or something. I don't know.
Make your lips taste like vanilla ice cream.
This one's wild watermelon. Yeah. Yep.
You're going to the wild side, Mike.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't have that like when you get like one of these like those like chapstick brand ones and it's like cherry, that globs on your lips and like if you kind of like eat some and it tastes like it like this one's not like that. It seems to be pretty good.
Where's the pup?
Right there.
Oh.
You want me to brag and grab him again?
Yeah. Hey, Mike, have you seen our new addition to our family?
Oh, what you got?
Oh, get him up here. He was sleeping.
Don't tell me.
Oh, he's a little guy. Oh.
Say hi, everybody. Is he cute?
Is he a golden
No, he's
or a
husky.
lamb?
Yeah, husky.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, that's
I believe
awesome.
he's husky and lab mix.
Say hi, Uncle John.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was really upset. I brought home a dog about 2 weeks ago, maybe
yeah.
3, and she was getting good at everything or whatever, but as puppy stuff, whatever, house training, this, that, whatever, the normal chaos, it's fine and all, but she started to get protective of me against everybody else. And where as opposed to like she was kind of evenly spreading like her love around or whatever, or who she would play with or whatever, it was like she was sitting with me everywhere I went, boom, 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 already, and like, and then if anybody else would be around her by herself, she would get rough, and so I got little kids still, like my 9-year-old's my height, and he was getting a little scared, but she jumped up like 5 foot and caught my mom on the arm, and I was like, all right, like I gave it everything I had, but it's not fair to her either. It's not fair to the dog either. You know,
Right.
like try to limit them from,
Right.
you know, if she's a boisterous, jumpy dog, good, go, you know,
Well,
God bless.
But
Yeah.
you're gonna keep trying.
I did. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna sit back for now because I got kind of attached to her, and then me and that dog were meshing
Oh yeah.
hard, and like everything was going good, and but I had to be unselfish, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, because my daughter's 3.5. I have a nonverbal 4.5, two
Yeah.
autistic boys. Like I can't have, you know, I don't want any of them like traumatized because
Right.
this dog is, I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, I might have to go ahead and get like an older dog that's already trained or something.
Yeah.
Or this one was a rescue from Georgia from death row, so I was, you know, but the place I got it from and kind of trialed her from was it's a no kill shelter. Oh, I think all of
Oh
them
yeah.
are in New York, but yeah, pretty sure because we rescued them from all over the
Oh
world,
yeah.
like everywhere.
Yeah. We've got the 2 dogs that came from the same mama. They're a little
Hyper,
hyper.
high strung, pull your ass around.
So I'm surprised they're not barking right now.
They're being good girls
Yeah.
until
Usually
I
they'll.
walk out the door.
Yeah. When she has to go leave to pick up the kids, it's gonna get loud.
Yeah.
But that pup,
Go. I'm sorry.
I think he's barked maybe twice.
No, no, pee pee.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when they get their voice, they get their voice. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we
You know, and sometimes they're not barkers until they are.
well, right now he just whines a little bit, and he was underneath the sofa earlier, and I was like, what the heck is he pretending to bark at? I said, his own shadow. I said, there's nothing underneath there. And he was just like, "Wow, wow, wow," you know, just a little bitty. It was
Yeah.
kind of cute.
And then we took him with us on a little ride earlier, and he seemed like he
Oh,
was
nice.
enjoying the ride, but
And
then
then it got really
yeah,
hot.
it got really hot, so he started getting restless. So
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah. I
went
get that.
to see if look at a no, sir. We went to look at a house.
yeah,
Oh, nice.
it's right. I mean, like literally, right next door to a river, and it's all
Oh,
sandy out
good,
there.
good.
Yeah,
It's
But-
like,
Mhm.
I don't think we really want to move out there because of that reason. If it rains and rains and rains, like we've been getting rain, it's kind of in a floodplain, and I really don't
Yeah.
want to. Thank you.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
That was kind of but the house inside was amazing. And Connor just said hello to you, Mike.
What's up, man?
The legend.
His ears were ringing.
He must be on a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta find out what games he plays.
He wants to know what games you
see.
play, and no, he's still at work. He must be on a break.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's his favorite.
Red
Dead Redemption 2 is his favorite.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was playing Call of Duty a lot, but it drives me nuts. Like I won't get into it all, but it's just like, you know, there's cheaters and
He
this
does
and that.
play
It's
a little
like,
bit
you know,
of that. I don't know if he has the updated one or not, but
No. Lay
I'll
down.
find out from him.
yeah, it's like,
Lay down. Oops, sorry.
I did tell him he could play on my Xbox anytime he wanted. So
yeah. The guys I play with, they they all have like different, you know,
yeah, he says Call of Duty.
consoles or PCs or whatever. So we try to find cross-play games. You know what I mean? But Battlefield, I was just looking at
Yeah,
that.
another
too.
one.
Battlefront, Call of Duty, those are his games. Yeah.
He doesn't have the updated one. Yeah, we usually, we don't. which if you want to get Black Ops 6, like, we usually, like, there's so many of us, we'll be like, oh, there's someone who wants to play with us, like, you know, we'll, like, all throw in, like, $10-20 or something, like, you know, get them.
And he says
Get 'em
Red
in the
Dead
game.
Redemption 2, Star Wars, Battlefield, Battlefront, WWE 2K20.
I'm open. Yeah, I'm open. I'm
That's
open.
going
I'll check
crazy.
those out.
No. No.
Yeah, he asked to borrow my PS4 when he went to go stay with his girlfriend for the week.
Yeah. And so they were gaming together, Connor said.
Yeah, there's a couple out in West Virginia. They sit 2 feet from each other.
So Moans and Stevie B.
Yeah. Yeah. I could never visualize the setup they had. And then when I went there, I was like, this is where you guys sit? They were like, yeah. I'm like, it looks so different. I'm like, in my mind, it was something totally different.
No. He is working, Tonya. Connor is working. He's probably on a break. He gets off at 10 o'clock Central Time, doesn't he?
Yep.
And
So,
Cammie works, and she should be texting me at any time to go get her.
yep. Then I'll be left here all by my lonesome.
Oh, you have him.
It'd be all right. How long have you guys been doing? An
2
hour
hours.
show or 2 hours?
Yep.
Oh, wow, man. Yeah. It's a killer.
Actually, the time really does fly. I mean, we've been on almost an hour, and it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's one night a week is not bad. That's
Yeah, and then
good.
we get certain people to come up on here and talk with
No,
us, and then we realize, what? 3 hours?
Oh, yeah, we've done that too. And I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, by the 2.5 hour point, I'm like,
I can't remember. There's a guy, I can't remember his name, and I haven't seen him around forever, but he would ask me to, like, he'd be like, oh, you want to join me or whatever. I'd be like, all right. And this guy would go, man. I mean, he would go for, like, I mean, I'm talking half the day type thing, like 12-hour runs, and I'd be like, I gotta get off here. Like,
I think we did one show with Abnormal Investigations. It was like almost 4 hours.
Yeah, he made me almost fall asleep on the couch. But, I mean, didn't seem like it at the time. It was 4 hours, but my legs were killing me.
Yeah. But, you get to talking with certain people, and it's like time just flies.
yeah. Well, yeah, I had never. There's been so many times with him where we've tried to, like, link up, but like we miss each other. Like, it takes forever for us to respond to one each other. I just don't. Whatever. I never check emails, stuff like that. But I'd imagine you guys got a lot to talk about because you're in the same area.
Yeah, he's about 3 hours northeast of us.
Yeah, which is good that I can talk with, or we can talk with somebody that does the local Bigfoot research. Talking with guys like you and everything. It's good to get your input on the ones in your area, and then we compare to ones in our area. That's all good. But when you actually get somebody that covers like the other side of your state, and then you compare to where they don't have to travel so far and we don't have to travel so far, it's like we'll get together and we'll talk about what happens in our areas. That's what's cool about cryptid research is when you can get fellow researchers together to talk and compare notes and evidence and all that. It's like that's what we needed, and instead of somebody holding all their information to just their show and then only letting certain people that come on into your chat, be like uh, expanding it.
Well, yeah.
Expanding is the way
Yeah.
to go.
Well, yeah, I do think that's the way it should be too. Like, you should go out now and reach out to other people, and like, I
Yeah.
mean, it, there, it's we can't be selfish
Right.
with our information or what we know, whatever. If we really want this to go somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. It's not. There's too much work, too many things working against us already. Like, so if everyone could just pull together
Well,
and
especially
you know,
especially
and
if you get in contact with somebody that's halfway around the world, and they've got you get somebody that's in Australia, and they're studying the Yowie. Um, there's not a whole
yeah.
lot that
Well,
we
listen,
know
even
about
the,
that.
I've been, I've done that. The first people I really contacted most and spoke with most were from Australia and New
Yeah,
Zealand. Um, but back when I was doing like live streams in the field and stuff too, nobody that like it was an unheard of thing back then to do cryptid
yeah,
live, because like it was like everyone, these people were kind of pissed at me because I came out of nowhere and started live streaming it and just talking about what I see and what I think and how I do it. And like, they're like, whoa, like everything at that point was like, just like edited and highlights and like, I don't know. But everything kind of spun on its head at that
yeah,
point. And, but the most people I knew in the early beginning were over there, and I knew that they had the longest standing history or whatever. But anyway, to get to like what I was gonna say is, dude, I put a lot of legwork into a lot of people, and maybe and you're bringing these people in, like trying to like help them out and like introduce them to people and everything, and like trying to grow everyone's network, right? And I'd probably say 8 out of 10,
mhm,
like just get to a certain point and then like they totally
yeah.
abandon the original plan and become very like, oh,
Mhm.
me, and
I'll be right back. I have to go get Cam.
yeah, do your thing, so there's only so much you
Yeah,
could do.
yeah. It's only so much, but I met um, abnormal investigations through Mugs and Stevie B, you know, and because before that I didn't know anything about him, but
Yeah, he's because I forget where I bumped into him originally, but yeah, he's
yeah, and now through him, we know Jess of Arcane Paranormal World, and they're good people. And yeah, she's in the chat right now. So,
yeah.
hey, Jess.
Yeah, he's. I know he was by you, and then there was one other guy I knew out there too, and I was pretty close with him, and I think he moved though.
Yeah,
That's what happened. I was wondering. I'm like, wow. I'm like, I was gonna link you, like, try to connect you guys at some point. I forgot he moved to
yeah,
Michigan or something like that. And, I mean, he's loving it because it's a whole different story from where you
yeah.
guys are.
I had
Like, but I think he was in a city. Like
yeah,
he had to travel
yeah.
to go.
I had one guy that right before I moved up here with Christy, we were planning on, he was planning on joining the team, and we had plans to go out and film and all that, and then he got a job offer in Texas. So
It's not. It's yeah. Putting this first is not a lot of
yeah,
people's. You're not gonna find many people like, and it's a lot. And you've done the field stuff, so Like I always tell people, if you do not love it, it's not gonna love you back. Like field work is not necessarily fun
right,
unless you love it, because it beats you it beats you up, whether it's the heat, the cold, the
Yep.
bugs, the ticks, the poison ivy, whatever. Everything you could think of comes at you, right? You fall down, you sprain ankles, you do this, you do
Yep.
that.
The wild animals that you
You
run
know,
into.
wild animals, wear and tear on your car. Yeah, all sorts of crap, right? And
Definitely takes a lot
you
of
know,
gas money to do what we do. Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I it never really phased me because I loved it, But that was my one thing to people. I would always say, like, if you don't love being outside, do not do this because you know it's a lot of man hours to get like a minute maybe of something amazing. Like putting 1,000 hours to see 1 minute of something amazing. Now there's other types of encounters, of course. There's all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff going on. But like, if someone's like looking for that visual, you know, if you're looking for Patty walking through the woods, like that's a
Mhm.
once in a lifetime thing,
Yeah,
like
it's not going to happen
no,
every single
it's
time you pick up the camera and go out in the woods. You know.
sure, yeah, and there's a lot more depth to them than I don't like to punch it down people's throats, and I'm not ignorant enough to say that I know everything and that it's the same way across the world. But
Yeah, but the cool thing is if you're going out to do a show like we do, you're out in the woods doing boots on the ground, and you're not getting anything cryptid. There's a forest out there. It's full of more than just
yeah,
cryptids. You know.
yeah, yeah, and that's why I talk my way through kind of everything. I kind of just let people know like what I'm
Yeah.
thinking, what I'm doing, like kind of stuff like that. And sure, yeah, like there's a lot of people who could care less necessarily about like the Bigfoot. They're just they can't get out anymore, and they
Yeah, and
like
they look to us to have
you
that
know I
connection, woods and the
yeah, yeah.
creatures, and
So,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I literally learned like the whole way. I was just self-taught. I didn't want, I just would move around rocks and kick sticks and whatever. And like I would more or less just want to know like if I was doing something wrong or offensive. Like I wanted somebody, if somebody knew that, I wanted them to tell me to stop, so I would know. But other than that, I kind of wanted to just poke around and figure it out for
yeah. But
myself.
before I got into the
And
cryptid research, I loved going out in the woods. I mean, since I was a little kid, and I just took everything that I learned growing up, being out in the woods, and then just added to it. And um, the the only difference to me is I'm going out there and I'm looking for certain movement, you know, with to do with like the plants and the trees, um, yeah, and then of course when you go out in the woods you have to pay attention to the smells. Of course, even if you're not, yeah, if you're not cryptid
everything,
researching
yeah,
and you're going out in the woods, you're going to pay attention to the different smells because if you're looking for flowers, you're gonna smell them. If you're looking for certain animals, four-legged animals, some of them you're gonna smell them to find them. Um, it's just you incorporate that what you learned
yeah.
before the cryptid stuff into the cryptid world because it takes a lot of that to find these things.
They're one with the forest too. Like that's the best way I could put it. Is like like if you're looking for them like separated from the forest, like they're
Yeah, they're part of
directly
it.
connected into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like if you first thing I do when I get in there is I tap in. I try to
Mhm.
become one with the forest. And best way I could say it is I no matter how much I've learned or I think I know or I've experienced and I've bumped into and I've seen with my own eyes, I go out and I try to be as blank
Yeah,
slated as possible. and as even keel. Like I go to a certain frequency and vibration or whatever you want to call it, right? Um,
And
I don't know
if,
I don't know all the proper terms, but I've learned to do these things like so, like, and just kind of say like to the woods, to the universe, to the Bigfoot, to the whatever. You know, I'm here to
yeah,
learn. Like, if you'd love to teach me, I'm open to it. You know, and
yeah,
like, of course, you've got to be prepared for bad things. So, like, if you'd want to put something about that out there, you know, everyone has their own spiel or their
hmm
own whatever, right? And yeah, and like the protection I carry, like, is not necessarily like a lethal weapon, right? Like, it's yeah, it's more or less like a shield, I guess. You know, feels weird to say, you know, because I used to make fun of people for talking like this. Yeah, you and your, you know, your
uh,
aura and your, you know, your chakras and your this and your that, and like I thought it was like, you know, I did. I thought it was like mumbo
you
jumbo.
can't knock
You know?
somebody for the things that they use, because you know they find out what works for them, and they use it. So you can't really knock them. Like for me, you know, I'll make, like you said, you make the connection. Um, if I feel something's off, then I might not go in there. Um, but but you
Yeah,
know, I'll take protection. I carry knives, um, different sizes, but I
yeah,
also carry bear spray, pepper spray. Um,
yeah.
you know, because there's more than just Bigfoot that I can run into. So
Yeah,
um,
yeah, I agree. See, like on Long Island, like it's awesome because we don't have any predators. So, like, you know, other than people, you know, bumping into people and them screwing me, it's usually poachers. That's the biggest problem I get because I'm so much in the middle of nowhere that I'm not gonna bump into anybody. But once in a while, like in the middle of the Pine Barrens or whatever, and my friend Brian Montauk is strange. He's always like, "How the hell did
mhm,
you see that?" And I'm like, if it doesn't even belong
yeah,
just a little bit, I'm so, and I'm not trying to pump my own head here, but like, I just pick it
yeah.
up.
If you've
You
been
know
in tune
that
with
hyper.
the forest, if you've been in tune with it, you know what belongs there and what doesn't. So if you feel the slightest bit off, I know what you're saying. You feel the slightest bit off, it's like,
Yeah,
okay, um, I feel it. Let's check it.
yeah, and I could. Yeah, and I could tell him too. I'll be like, "This is a game. This is a human game trap." And he'll be like, "Well, what do you mean? Like we've been following like deer trails and this and that." I'm like, "This." I'm like, what I'm looking at right now is a human, and I don't jump to
Right.
Bigfoot. Like there's humans here somewhere, and they should not be here, you know. And then I get
Mm-hmm.
my sensors go up, because shit, if somebody's out here in the middle, those pine barrens are called the barrens for a reason. It is
Mm-hmm.
wicked. I mean, you could be in the dead of winter. It is
Yeah.
wicked out there. Nobody goes out there. Nobody, nobody
Yeah.
hunters. That's it. Otherwise, what would you be doing out there? And there's 100,000 acres of protected pine barrens here with these big river sources going through it, and like there's these cold
Yeah.
pockets in there too, and I know where these sections are, and I know where right to go to and
Yeah.
post up my tent. Would I suggest this to do to anybody else? No, 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 not right away. You know what I mean? Like, but I love it, man. I love it. But what I was getting to is like I don't really have to carry protection necessarily because like, uh, but when I go up in upstate or out of state, it gets a little tricky because you do have bears and mountain lions and coyotes and whatever else. There's
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Yeah. Like here, the poachers are really bold here, because a lot of them don't even go out into the woods. They just park on the side of the road. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, because they're lazy. Because they're lazy. First of all, they're lazy as shit. or they're just, you know, whatever. Most of them have an easy access or exit, because you got to figure, if they're poaching deer, they have to have somewhere close by where they can get it out to, because they're not going to drag an illegal deer or whatever
Right.
all over the place, you know. So I don't know. I shouldn't incriminate myself, but I used to, you know, do a little, you know, messing up of the stuff, because it would make me mad. But you know, sometimes I'll just like leave something that like lets them know, like, hey, like a human was out here and knows you're here. Like, you know, like I'll like stick like a cigarette butt and like you know, in like a hole where he has to climb his ladder or something. You know?
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
the last time I went down to the wildlife refuge here in Oklahoma, Southwest Oklahoma, I wasn't really leaving anything for them out there. But the moment
Yeah.
I started leaving tobacco, and
Yeah.
I, you know, the tobacco in the pouches, you know, that stuff's expensive. So I'm like, I'm a smoker, so I'm like, okay, cigarette, break it open.
Yeah.
Sometimes I didn't even break it open. Sometimes I'd leave it up in the tree where I knew something had passed by, you know. So I'm like, leave it in the tree, and next thing you know, when you walk back, it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, marijuana they take too really quick, and my buddy in Ontario says they take mushrooms
Yeah.
like that too. I don't know. I can't get. I don't know how to get magic mushrooms or whatever, so I'm never gonna know firsthand. But I put marijuana out there too, and that stuff disappears. But tobacco too is big. I go to the reservations and get the tobacco,
Mhm.
and I figure, you know, it's like
Yeah.
it's better than whatever the you know federal people do to
I remember
poison
the
us.
first time I moved to Lawton, Oklahoma. I met this guy at karaoke, and he liked going out in the woods and all that. And he starts, we start talking about mushrooms. And he's like, "You go mushroom hunting?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." He's like, "I can take you where there's a whole bunch of mushrooms." I'm like, "Are we talking about the same kind?" He's like, "You know, the stuff that you." I'm like, "No, that's not what I mean. I mean, I want to eat these things without having the side effects."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, oh no, that you have to go like to Oklahoma City." And yeah, because my family, we used to hunt for morel mushrooms all the time.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I I I I have a buddy. We call him Survivor
Uh-huh.
Man. Is that what they call him? Um, I don't know. Maybe that's a show. But anyway, yeah, I forget what they call him. But this guy, he's on our team up in New York. I work with multiple teams of people, but he's on my
Uh-huh.
upstate New York team, and he's our like bushcraft hunter tracker,
Yeah.
you know, expert. Anytime I have a question about anything or I'm unsure about whatever, I send it to him. You know, I have my methods or whatever. But this guy is insane, totally insane with like all that kind of stuff. And then yeah, like I have like a specialist in plants and specialist in rocks. I have all these people I go to for everything. But you know, why the hell was I going down this plate? How was I going down this? I don't remember why I brought him up. What were we just talking about
Mushrooms.
before that? Oh, yeah, okay. So he always gets mad at me when he's he'll like I'll send him a video or something. He'll be like, next time grab that like
Mhm.
chicken of the woods or whatever, and like or he'll be like grab this or grab that. He's like, where do you go where you see all these amazing like abundant areas of mushrooms? I said, dude, I said, as soon as I look at it, I feel like I have 10 eyes on me,
Yeah.
you know, like looking at me like,
Yeah.
you better not. Like, you better not touch those.
Yeah. I had a I had a nephew that came to visit one time when my parents were still alive, and we took him out to the refuge. Him and his wife and kids, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna go get some rocks." And I'm like, I will take you out there, and you can get rocks, but you have to leave something in return. So they're starting to think. They were starting to think about things to leave out there, and I'm like, but wait a minute. I said, you have to leave something natural. It can't be man-made unless it's something like a penny, because penny has natural minerals. So you got the copper and you got the nickel and all that. So they went out to their van and they gathered up all the pennies they could. They came walking in the house. One of them had the bag hanging in front of them, and they're struggling to bring it in. It's full of pennies. So I said, you got to leave at least one penny for every rock that you pick up. So they went out. I took them out to the parallel forest first, and then we went to several other places out there. And man, they were leaving pennies everywhere. By the time we got done for the day, their van was loaded down with rocks. They ended up taking the rocks back home, and they built a garden in their front yard.
I have a whole basket of them out here. I had a rock garden from all the ones the kids would bring back, and then I had them painting stuff on them, and I was leaving those out, and then man, but I have a whole basket from my kids bringing back rock, and I'm like, it's just filled. I'm like, it's for another rock garden that I'm never gonna make probably, but that's the right way to do it for sure. And I tell people too about gifting. It does so much more than, like, it's not just the gifting part, right? Like, it's not just, oh, I'm giving them something. I'm like, the act of you giving, like, putting that down for them, like, it's putting you in a state of mind of, like, confidence too, that, like, there's something there, something's going to take it. Like, there's so much more that goes into that whole process. You know what I mean? It puts you in a state of mind where, like, you're really focused on just them. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm like lacking to. I think I'm just like struggling to explain things tonight.
Getting a little tired. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. I just wanted to pop on and say hi, and then I stayed for a while now.
Oh, hey, since the last time we talked, I don't know if you heard me telling everybody about the Bigfoot that comes around my house. I was out filming one night, and I was using my night vision camera, and then I was live on YouTube. And when I was looking through the night vision camera, I got one of my cats in focus, on the ground, and I'm like telling everybody, "Oh, look, is that a cat?" As soon as I said that, something behind me at the neighbor's house, behind the neighbor's house in the dark, goes, "Yeah."
That's cool.
I didn't get the response on audio because I went back and listened to it, and at that point when it says "yeah," the electronic signature was all just yeah.
I know, bro. It happens every time. Every time. I mean, we were in the middle of the Catskills at this cabin I get, like, and it has like 19 acres that goes straight back. It's not a big wood line, but it just goes straight back. And then it hits the big creek, like the big waterway that goes through this whole mountain range. And on each side is just farms. It's farm. And so they're like laid out, and there's the next farm's a mile that way, a mile that way, a mile that way. So there's like nothing, there's nowhere for them to go except through the tree line right to where I'm at. So the one night I'm out there and I call Lena out and I'm like, listen, because I heard something happen. I heard coyotes kicking off and then something
Mhm.
yelled in the middle. And I'm like, oh man, I'm like, maybe it'll do it again. So I called her out and she's like, what, whispering to me. I'm like, wait. So coyotes kick off again. And right in the middle of it, you hear, "Ah," and it goes like louder and longer. And I'm like, and I'm filming. So I'm like, oh my God, I got my Zoom mic on and everything. So it should be picking this up like, a symphonic harmony, like a whatever, an orchestra. I'm like, on the replay, we hear it. On every other replay after that, it's like it sounds like it's just like something that happened a mile away.
Yep.
I can't explain it, but that's it's happened so many times, so many times.
And
I don't know. I mean,
Tony says here,
do.
I've just seen huge hairy footprint in snow with a big cat walking beside him. He had followed me and my friends the night before. Yeah, I get footprints all the time outside my house, except for the last maybe month and a half. The ground's too hard, so I had one footprint on the back side of my house after the rains came and settled the dirt down. It was deep. It was deep, right on the edge of the back side of the house, and I'm looking at it, and you could actually see in where the toes went into the dirt. You could actually see the fingernail or the toenails. You could see the toenails. You could see the dermal ridges. You could see everything. That since then, though, I haven't really gotten anything. I did find a tool. I didn't bring it in here. Something that possibly made another digging tool for me. I had one last year. Actually, made a digging tool and left it back there, and I left it back there for her, and she used it. It's a female Sasquatch. I have a mother and 3 juveniles.
No,
and the dad, though, he keeps his distance. He goes in the trees on the field across the way. He never comes over here. Hey. But I haven't gotten his footprints because he don't come over here. It's just the mama and the juveniles. Of course, the juveniles now is like the one I told you that he goes, yeah, he's much bigger. He's like 6.5 feet tall now.
Yeah, they grow fast. I used to get footprints all the time, and then I went, and I didn't take them for granted. I thanked them. I looked at them. I enjoyed them, whatever. And then, but I would get them a lot. And then, as soon as I went and made the plan, I was going to get the stuff to make it, to cast one. Boom! It was like couldn't find another one for my life, and that's been the case for a long, long time now. And and it was a lesson. There was a lesson to be had there. You know what I mean? Like, it really was.
Yeah, that's why I haven't really made the attempt to make any casts, because I kind of know that if I go to cast them, then they're probably not going to want to come around and leave those footprints.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Look, I kind of got it. It's kind of in a, not kind of, right? Like, most people don't think there's anything here. Oh, it's impossible, blah, blah, blah. It's like too many people there. There's no woods there. Like, people just don't understand where I am, which is fine. I don't care. Like, I kind of feel like it's keeping them protected by not bringing, like, and when I would bring out solid evidence, like, it was almost like somebody said shadow banned earlier, right? It's like when you put out the stuff, the certain things that you want people to see, it's almost like it gets pushed to the wayside, Somehow, whatever.
Yeah, me and Christy, we have this new area that that we want to go searching in. We had a somebody on Facebook contacted us and said that they get wild animals on their trail cams all the time. She was showing us the animals. Beaver. She's got otters. She's got the wild turkeys, bobcats, and her.
That's got to
Oh,
be a
yeah.
good game trail, and like that's
We went out there.
yeah. If
We
you got
went out
one,
there,
it's-
and her husband had mowed trails for her to walk on the front half of the property. This is like 40 acres of land. Right? So
oh yeah,
she walks
I know
those
what you mean.
trails all the time, and then she took us back
Yeah.
to where it's untouched. And there's like 3 creeks, really really deep creeks, right? You got the soil eroding off the sides, and it's showing the rock beds, right? And
Yeah.
she's like, I've never been back there except for maybe one time. And she said, when I did try to go back there, I fell and broke my shoulder. So it's
Well, it's not
it's
funny.
really high up the other side of the creek. So if I ever do go back there, it's gonna have to be with harnesses and ropes and
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's their natural barrier. You know what I mean? Like maybe there are some that are just like that, where it's just like you feel like you're not supposed to go that far. You know?
I did
But-
get a little hello from one of them, not through voice, but Christy was taking pictures. So she's the one that took the picture, but of course we couldn't see it at the time. But there was a copper colored Bigfoot that was crouching not too far from me and the lady as we were looking, and Christy stayed back and took pictures. Well, off to the left of us, where this lady was pointing out, she's like, yeah, the animals use that area all the time because it's heavy cover. Well, we get back home, and I look at the pictures, and sure enough, there's that Bigfoot crouched down like this, looking. You can see the cone-shaped head, the light leathery face. Yeah, it was
I
pretty-
stood back because I'm fat and I can't go very fast. this big girl don't walk as fast as he does.
There's this guy who's a caretaker up on this property, and like it's a lot of property, big old house, but he's the caretaker. The family's like, it's been around. He's been watching it since the kids are older and don't even come to it really, but like he's been watching it for like 50 years, whatever the case is. And the mom, or the grandma, whatever, used to get out and walk around in the middle of the night. And so he did that. He would mow the grass, but he would, didn't mow it all. But he would mow like, trails, pretty wide trails, which were nice but he did this like circle. So she would come back and he would make like a circle on at the end. And then, so that way she would come back home. But, so he did it for us, I guess it was last year, maybe the year before, I don't know. But he made us pass like, with the mower and stuff, because all the way back to these areas, he's like, listen, he's like, I don't know one way or another. He's like, but shit back there just don't make sense. He's like, I just say hi, like, he's like, he knows what's there, but he just doesn't really want to like, like register it, or maybe he just doesn't want to say it out loud. I don't know. But we talked to him for like hours about what happened out there, because we'll go camp for like a couple days, nights. But it's beautiful. It's all untapped terrain, and like there's so many places like that all over the country that it's like private property or this or that, and nobody will ever go in there and go on them because you can't. Who's gonna just walk onto private property? You got 99 reasons to get sniped.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it doesn't have to say
It's just
posted in order for somebody.
sure, right, yeah, exactly. So who knows if Sasquatch and Dogman are like skipping to the loo all over that place at night? We wouldn't know.
We actually have, or there's a a resident of the town that we live in, just west of the town. And my ex-husband used to work for this gentleman, and on his front gates, it has 2 pictures of pew-pews, and it says, "We don't call 911." So, so when he first started working there, I said, "Are you sure you want to work for this farmer?" He goes, "Yeah, I mean," I said, well, obviously it was a job, but I was like, okay, note to self. It was just funny.
Yeah, Tonya says, I was reading where someone said when they saw a Bigfoot, something paranormal would happen before or after. It does happen.
Yeah, depends who you ask, you know. So to me, they're one and the same, but like, yeah,
that's why.
yeah.
I've had things like that happen. It doesn't happen every single time, but when it does, it's like you feel it a little bit heavier. I mean, in my experience, the feeling's a little bit heavier, and then you have the paranormal thing happen, and then not every time that happens, the paranormal thing happens. Not every time will you get the cryptid to come out, but you'll know they're there because you'll see signs of it. I mean, that's happened to me almost every single time I go out. Like, I'll find a sign of something being there, but usually something paranormal would happen before, not so much after with me. I would say probably after would be when I'm leaving the trail. When I'm leaving the trail, and then you hear certain sounds because they know you're leaving, so you get certain sounds from them. Like I've had them doing their whoops, and then every single time it's like you hear coyotes. You'll hear coyotes. That's with me. With me, the paranormal is usually like before something comes into view, or you find evidence of it being there previously, which means they're probably there, but they're hiding very good. I mean, that's with me. Like, LIB, like, I know you explained it on your channels, but like you said, it's like almost every single time, right? When you go out and you get that feeling.
Yeah. I mean, I would have to actively try to not notice something. You know what I mean? Like, I would literally have to like walk and stare at the ground. I mean, to not see a sign of them, or you know what I mean, think at least a sign of them, you know, being in that area, you know. And the Pine Barrens is probably the hardest place because it's just they don't do a lot of structures in there. There's TP Village. I don't know if you've ever seen me go there. That's a specific area in the Pine Barrens where they obviously do structures like crazy. But you know, there's not many spots other than they make teepees, that's for sure. But that's about it. That's about it. So I mean, that's probably the one place I can go where I might not, you know. But yeah, but like maybe when I'm coming in or when I'm leaving. But it's things that most people might not pay attention to or might not pick up on. Whether it's like a bird mimic or like or maybe even a tree knock, because some places they do tree knocks, and they count the people who come in, because I'll hear like clack clack, and then 2, 3, 5 minutes later, 2 people walk by me on a trail, and I'm like, you know, I didn't know they were coming in, but some, you know, they did, you know. And then like I could tell when they leave the area too, because I'm like, you know, you hear it again, crack,
Yep.
crack. I don't. That's all I can make it. That's all I could chalk it up to. Because every time I leave, if I'm by myself or if I'm with somebody else, they do too. It's like, and it's literally as I come in, it's so crazy too because it's this big open field. There's a bunch of big rich
Mhm.
ass houses, and like and this like little hidden area that's like got bamboo forests in it and stuff, and like it's just tucked behind like this rich neighborhood right before you get to this winery
Yep.
and then ocean. So whatever, it's cool. It's not a huge area, but it's like it's so there's a lot of magic happens
Right,
in there.
because
It's
yeah, you
awesome.
you have the dense forest area, you have the wide open um, areas that have houses, so y- you're like um, going from one extreme to the other. But the thing is those things um, don't really care if it's full of trees or full of houses. They're gonna go to these certain areas when they need to. So you're gonna
Yeah.
hear these things even if you're not in the woods. You know, if you're not in the woods, because my first experience wasn't in the woods. Mine was in downtown Lawton, Oklahoma. So there's all kinds of waterways that they could travel, but you wouldn't expect,
Well,
you know, back 10 years ago, you wouldn't expect them. You
10 years
wouldn't.
ago. But that was right. But that's what they were. That's what was
Mhm.
pushed on us. Is that if I didn't see it with my own two eyes, I would not have been an advocate for the suburban Sasquatch. But where I saw that, where I bumped into that giant, it was not supposed to be,
Right.
according to experts, right? So this is what experts tell you. They're in the middle of nowhere. They don't come near people. It can't be a populated area. It has to be blah blah blah. There has to be a food source. There has to be this. They've literally they, as far as like what the masses are said like talk about with them, nothing has come
Right.
from it. Like nothing has advanced
Right.
from like 10 years ago, and that's completely ignorant because if they were only in the middle of nowhere, we would have no sightings. We would have
Right.
no data, like none. Most people that see them aren't like badass hikers that hike 20 miles in and set up
Mhm.
camp in a remote area of the woods. They're seeing them off
Right. Because
trails and off
when somebody
roads.
hears like a knocking on the outside of their house, you know, 10 years ago it was like, okay, yeah, there's either somebody that walked up to the side of the house, a human that walked up there and knocked on the house, or we have a ghost.
I'll tell you a story real quick, right? I was sitting here and my one window on this side of the house, this side, one in the middle, one there, one there. And I hear boop, 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 right? Whatever it was. I don't remember the knock sequence. It might have been one, whatever, but I was like, all right. I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, maybe it was just something, like whatever. It couldn't really be anything, but I'm like, maybe it
Yeah.
was something, right? And I didn't say it out loud, but I was thinking it. And then the one and simultaneously on both ends of the house, got the both windows got hit
Hmm.
at the same time. And it wasn't like something could reach to both windows. So there was, but it was whenever I felt like it's for whatever reason, whenever I had a doubt or like I would question myself or whatever, it was almost like I was handed like the proof that I needed to like to
Hmm.
keep going forward.
I noticed outside my house just recently. I ignored it for a while because it's just a rock or two, at first. But now I'm noticing. Um, I believe that whatever is out there is leaving small um, small markers for the other ones that come around to show where they're not supposed to go. It's like there's a rock by the front porch. There's a rock by the side of the house on the back. There's another rock on the other side, and then there's another rock up on the back side of the house towards the front. What?
It's either Bigfoot, Amazon. Oh, he had to
Oh,
leave.
Yeah,
Here.
he had to go.
No, I didn't do it on purpose.
That's all right.
John,
Yeah.
he goes, it's either Bigfoot, Amazon, FedEx,
FedEx.
or Jehovah Witness knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Sorry, that
Yeah.
was funny.
We
Sorry.
hear those witnesses outside going, whoop.
Amazon, yeah.
Okay.
Like, Junox, was it Amazon or was it FedEx?
You know, the other night well, I guess it must have been Saturday night or Friday night, whatever. And I was outside with the dog at the time, and like, potty training weird hours of the night, like, so um she would go out like every hour or two, whatever. So it was like 3, maybe 4 in the morning, and I'm kind of like looking up, looking to the sky and just kind of staring up there, and I'm like half out of it, and I just hear all of a sudden, boom, and I'm like this big slap, and I'm like, what? I literally like, what the fuck? Oh, sorry to curse, but like, I screamed it because like it scared me so bad, and I got like defensive right away, like, and I hear like good morning or something like that, like, it was like a friendly voice, and then I know that I hear it again and again and again. It's the newspaper guy throwing the weekend paper in the driveway. But it was so dead silent out there that like, well, I guess the way he had landed or whatever, it was like it scared me.
The newspaper delivery boy scared Libby. Hey, I get it. There's
I was like standing there with my eyes closed, like, or like, just like, when you're like trying not to fully wake up.
Yeah.
You got to go to the fridge, bathroom, let the dog out, whatever. But like, you try not to wake up all the way because you want to just get back in bed.
That's me.
Hey, Mike, we have a viewer on here that he brings up specter moose a lot. Have you ever heard of the specter moose?
Spectre?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
He said he's in Maine.
Oh, yeah, Maine's the Alaska of the Northeast.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like 90% of Maine is woods. Very few people live here, especially Northwest. Over 3.5 million acres of unexplored Northwoods near my house. We got reports of specter moose up there.
Yeah, and you got to think too, when you go above Maine too, when it literally goes into no man's land. It goes up into like the remote parts of Canada, and then like Greenland, and it's just insane up that way. Like, it would be basically. There's so many endless possibilities. I only know one guy up there that does active stuff, and he I would love to, like, he's got the goal to do it, but he doesn't have the equipment. He like he just films like in the dark, with like we can't see what he's showing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are able to get out in the woods, but they don't have the equipment, and
yeah, you don't need it to bring them in necessarily, but like, or anything like that, like, but it just helps when if you're trying to like show people something or whatever, like, you can't, I don't know, you know what I mean?
yeah, and in some cases, it's some of the equipment that you do take with you, if you're able to get it, can actually help you keep some of them at bay sometimes, because they, for one thing, they don't really like cameras, so
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them that don't.
so that keeps a lot of them at a distance, because they're like, yeah, I don't want to be on camera. The ones that of course don't hit your camera with a rock, or
Yeah.
or they
zapping it.
or they zap it and
Our
make
dog
all
likes-
your equipment go bye bye.
Our dog likes ice.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Hi, Pink Pixie.
Hey, Pink Pixie. And
Yeah,
Amanda's.
there was somebody.
Hey,
Yes,
Amanda.
hi, Amanda.
I knew somebody who was getting his batteries, like whatever zapped or whatever. Every time he went out,
Mm-hmm.
his batteries would go dead. And I said, I'll give you one of my tips. So I said, because when this was happening to me, I would bring out batteries as a gift. I would say, these batteries are for you. You can have whatever you want from it, whatever. Can you please leave these alone? Please leave these alone. These are off limits. These are for me. And I would leave them out there, and I would, when I would pass back, I mean, I'm talking like a sack of batteries. I have it around here somewhere. And I just, every time I would change up batteries out of things, but they still had life in them, I would just throw them in a bag, throw them in a bag, throw them in a bag. And
That's a
just bring it out with me and bring it back in.
Yeah.
But,
Even I didn't think of doing that. That's
no, I mean, there's no guarantee, but it was worth a shot, I thought so.
Yeah.
And it seemed to make it stop,
Cool.
You don't
Hey.
like ice now?
I could understand why it would work, because if it's got energy and those things like to zap it, it's like,
well, yeah, we don't really know all to what's out there. It could be something that needs energy, or to communicate, like a spirit of some sort. Like there's got to be layers of things, especially when you're peeling back veils or dimensions or whatever. Again, I don't know all I've never really gotten into like the verbiage of it all. Like what's what the right wording is for everything. I could just explain how things go down.
Riley Ron, explain to everybody what a specter moose is, because I'm not really up on that. There's a few people that are asking what that is.
Is Connor still in the chat? Is he getting ready to leave or getting ready? Do you want me to come get you, Connor?
Yeah, it's getting close to that time.
Yeah, there's great videos of like moose have this, for whatever reason, they have this natural, I guess, natural want to go and eat fermented fruit, and they get drunk, they get wasted drunk, and then they like stumble all over the place and like destroy things, and type up drunken moose. It's crazy.
Sorry.
You get a lot of good videos. It'll entertain you for a while. And they do it every year. These things, like yeah.
Yeah, I wish we had moose down here. We got buffalo.
Yeah, I got
cows.
I was actually just looking up this park in Pennsylvania, like it's called Elk Park, and it's just got a bunch of elk. And I don't know if I've ever seen one, and I don't think I've seen a moose in real life. And I don't think I've seen one. I had enough bear. I had enough. There was one year when I was living in Woodstock. And too many bear. Just in 1 year.
Okay. Riley Ron says massive ghost or gray moose, far larger than any moose found in the North Woods.
Wow. So it's a Yeti on steroids. Sorry, I'm being silly.
Yeah, like Riley said, it's a huge, mysterious albino white moose.
Wow.
That would be something to see.
They're out there. There's definitely white moose in Maine, but I guess the specter moose might be something like a sheep squatch. Maybe it's like a legendary one.
Well, maybe it's like the white buffalo, the secrets or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, there's this eyeball that I saw her when she was born, in that bamboo forest I was telling you about. And I go back all the time and try to make sure, like, because she's special, and, you could tell right away, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because piebalds are mixed. They have albino and whatever, and, but they're not all the way albino. They can go any which way. They could be, this one just has white patches on it. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. There's
Thanks,
got to be
guys.
about 3 there.
They said that don't apologize. I laugh, and it's funny, and I mean it's good medicine.
Yeah. Riley Ron says 10 to 15 feet tall, over 2,500 pounds. First recorded in 1891 near Lobster Lake.
Wow,
Yeah.
that would be like a.
That's a pretty big animal.
I wouldn't want to make it mad. That's for stinking sure. Piss off the white buffalo. I mean the white moose or buffalo.
Yeah. My dad, my dad would get approached by buffalo, especially the young ones, when we stayed out in the refuge for like 4 months camping. The young buffalo would come up to him, and one time we were sitting at the picnic table, and this young buffalo comes up behind my dad and he starts licking his ear. Right, and this one guy comes running and he's like, "Did you see that?" The buffalo runs off, right? And they're like, "Did you see that? Did you see that? That buffalo was licking you." He's like, "Do you pet him? Do you pet him?" My dad mistakenly said, "Yeah, I can pet him." The guy turns and he runs towards the buffalo. He's like, "Come back! I want to pet you." He chases that buffalo clear across the camping grounds. And that buffalo's teeter-tottering on the trail, and he's trying to miss tents that he's running by.
Oh, God.
I tell you what, living 4 months out in the woods, especially like during the off season, when it's not really camping season.
Oh yeah.
And those animals come up in that refuge, man. That was one of the best times of my life, actually. I got to go all over. The refuge is like 67 miles of
It's cool.
67 square miles, right?
That's cool.
And
Yeah.
those 4 months I basically covered the entire place. And at that time I wasn't into cryptid research, so
Yeah.
imagine if I had been, I could have got something, because I did have experiences back then that I thought were more paranormal.
Yeah. So, well, that's what. We're a product of our environment, and that's what I say here. Everything, like most people report, something of Native American folklore or paranormal, right? Like this and that. If anything goes bump in the night, that's what it is, because
Yeah.
that's just what people know around here. And then I started digging around, and I stopped looking for Bigfoot stories and Sasquatch stories, and I realized people were calling it wild man here, and I started to get all these reports and stuff, and I felt a lot less alone, and then I found some stuff on Reddit recently, and it was just like, and I was like, at first I see all these like people talking about their sightings of different things, and I'm like, this is gonna end up being the Pine Barrens in Jersey. I know it, and sure as crap, I get through, and I'm like, wow, I'm like, this was, and it says at the top, yeah, we took a trip to Long Island Pine Barrens because we were looking for this specific. They were looking for like a rake or something. I don't know why that out of anything.
Right.
That would be probably the last place you'd want to look for like that. They're more of like an underground thing, but crawlers is what they said, not really crawlers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But whatever.
The weirdest thing for me when I was out in the refuge for 4 months was towards the end, when we actually had we were bedding down for the night in the tent, and I laid on the edge of the tent on the inside, so I had my back to the tent and pressed up against it, and we heard an animal running around outside, and then it plopped down next to me, and it was a coyote, and it was panting really hard, right? And then all of a sudden we had these gourds playing. We heard gourds playing in the background out in the woods, and they got louder and louder and louder. And then we heard heavy steps around the tent, heavy bipedal steps going around the tent. And that coyote laid up against me the whole time, and he was just panting and panting. And then the gourd stopped, and whatever this heavy thing was that was walking around the tent walked away. And then the coyote gets up and goes off with it.
Oh.
That's when we started having things like I would lock the van door. I would be the last one in the van, and I'd lock the doors. I'd go and sit down at the picnic table, and the door would open right back up on its own.
Yeah.
Hearing voices in the showers. You know, you have shower stalls and bathroom stalls for the campgrounds. You go in there, I'm taking a shower, and I hear my name being whispered in the wind that's blowing through the building.
Oh, yeah.
Not just my real name, but my nickname also. You know, and then I run outside, and there's nothing around. And then I go back inside, and then it starts up again, and I'm like inspecting everything. It just kept happening every single time, and then seeing the shadow of a large bipedal standing between me and my parents. My parents are coming down from taking a shower, and they got their flashlight shining up on the hill, and they're coming down, and they're probably about 70 yards away. I'm sitting there on the picnic table, and I'm shining my light towards them, and in between us there's these two trees, right? I see a shadow of a large bipedal creature. I can't tell if it's human or what, because it's just a shadow, but it's staying there, and it's probably about 8-9 feet tall. And then all of a sudden the wind blows, and you see long hair flowing.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's no body between us. So there's a shadow, but there's no body. You know? Yeah, things like that would happen all the time out there.
No, sir.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost done here now, but there's so many things I'm sure we could dive into, but
oh yeah,
I'll come back. We'll do more.
LIB, I'm glad that you popped up here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, anytime. I'll catch up with you guys.
All right, man. Well, you go get your rest, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and thanks for the chat. Good catching up.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Yeah,
all right, you too.
LIB.
All right, have a good night.
Take care, guys.
All right, everybody, it's that time. I hope y'all enjoyed the live. I hope y'all are enjoying the new setup we got going. Those of you that were on Twitch, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we'll get that going a lot better. And then in the future, having our feeds on the different social medias. But until then, you guys take care. Have a good night. Be safe. Stay cool.
And keep squatching.
Keep squatching. Y'all have a great rest of your week. All right.
Good night, everyone. Everybody. God bless.
Whispers in the woods where shadows play. Legends come alive at the break of day. Footsteps echo loud, but no one's there. Bigfoot's lurking in the midnight air. Dark men Eyes that shine like fire in a room of doom. Poltergeist dancing, moving through the halls. Ancient secrets breaking through the walls. O.C.S.T is more than a name. BIGFOOT and STUFF, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in a silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fright. Cryptids in your mind, let your wonder grow. The hidden world is ours to know. From the forest deep to the attic's dust. O.C.S.T, we're learning to trust. Tracks in the snow where the brave won't tread. Hidden voices calling from the things we've read. The unknown things with a haunting sound, empowering us as the tales go around. O.C.S.T is more than a name. BIGFOOT and STUFF, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in a silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fight.